Summer's here, and one thing that means in Arlington is the return of the beloved Slapsticon Film Festival, a festival dedicated to the pleasures of silent film comedies. We're pleased to be joined today by AVN's own Professor Rob Farr, the creator and driving force behind Slapsticon. Rob, thanks so much for being here today, and I know you have a true love and passion for the silent era. Could you tell us how this labor of love began for you?
Well, this is the 6th Slapsticon, and although you called me the creator and driving force, I'm really part of a team that pulls this together.
Oh, wow.
But it started when I went around the country visiting film festivals dedicated to silent film and classic film, and always felt there wasn't enough comedy. And a few other people, like me, felt there wasn't enough comedy. So we all would get in the hotel rooms and show each other the comedy films that we were collecting. And I was crammed into a hotel in Syracuse, New York, looking over Leonard Maltin's bony knees, because he's one of us, and decided that, you know, there might be enough interest for a festival. And fortunately, I work for the county. I knew that the Spectrum Theater might be available for one weekend each year, and I asked the people over at Cultural Affairs if we could have the theater, and they were graciously consented. It kind of grew from a convention of collectors to a place where archivists come, and we have films donated to us by the Library of Congress, UCLA, Columbia Pictures, Universal Pictures, and the American Film Institute. So it really has grown in the last 8 years.
So how do you decide which films to air at Slapsticon?
Well, our programming committee, namely Richard Roberts, books the films. But the guiding ethos of the Slapsticon is to try to find something that is not on the video shelves, because these films are coming in from the archives and from private collectors, and when the Slapsticon is over, these films are going to go back into the vaults and back into the basements of the private collectors. So in many cases, this is the last chance.
Opportunity for people to be able to go out there and really see some names they might not recognize.
Right. An example of which is Lupino Lane. And most people haven't heard of Lupino Lane, but in his own right, he was a brilliant and popular comedian in the 1920s. He had a long stage career before and after going to Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
But I brought a film clip along of Lupino at his acrobatic best.
And this is someone different than Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton.
Right.
Oh. Some of the biggie stars are still included in Slapsticon, right, Rob?
Like W.C. Fields.
Yeah, I saw his name on the program, and I'm excited about that.
And most of his talkies have been released, but it's much harder to see as silent films. And we have found the longest extant print. There's a lot of shorter prints running around, but I'm going to show a clip now.
Oh, this is exciting.
From W.C. Fields' first starring feature debut.
Oh, cool.
I'd like to show a clip from another comedy team that a lot of people have never heard of, Clark and McCulloch.
Never heard of them.
And again, in their day, they were very popular. They would have been, you know, selling tickets out and selling theaters out. And Bobby Clark, who is in this clip, is often described as having the verbal wit of Groucho Marx and the animal id of Harpo Marx. And you definitely see Harpo Marx come out in the clip we're about to show.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
All right, now we'll unfix it.
Well, that was great, Rob. But I do have a burning question. You hear so much that a lot of film has been lost from that time, from the early times. How much of the film actually exists today?
Well, I've heard estimates as high as 90% of the films have been lost.
Wow.
And that what we've got in our archives is the last remaining 10%. And we really really feel that if it's not seen, it might as well all be lost. And so this is an opportunity to get this stuff out of the archives and out of the collectors' basements and on a screen where audiences can laugh at it.
Wow, and perhaps spur some new generation of folks on by being able to look at this video.
Right. It comes alive before an audience.
Oh, thank you so much, Rob, for
Well, thank you for
sharing
having me.
Slapsticon and the opportunity to go there. And we really appreciate that. And remember, Slapsticon will run from July 17th through 20th at the Roslyn Spectrum. So make your plans to join in the fun now. We gotta go, but we'll see you again next time from the AVN Studios. Remember, it's all happening here and now.